morning, humanity. It's May 20th, 2019, and again, it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. Good morning. My name's Paul.
Hi, good morning. My name's Bev.
And we are here to share with you another amazing morning. As you can see, we're freezing our little butts off here in Tucson.
Isn't that wonderful? By the way,
I don't know. I like that heat.
Do you? I know you do.
It's okay. What?
No, I was going to say, here we go, because everybody keep hearing, this is a record, unprecedented, nobody's seen this before, so we just get a little bit of it maybe.
High 64 or 5 today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, it could freeze out at our house, I found out.
No way.
Yeah, there's some freezing temperatures happening around.
Well, let me just say,
it'll just be quick.
Getting towards the end of May, we're already in triple digits usually.
So we are here to warm your hearts as we talk about BioTouch.
Oh, that was good.
That was good, huh? And we have a question today. How can BioTouch be used for preventative health care? So, as you know, we have been reading to you some of the Principles of Integrative Medicine. These are the 8 principles designed here at the University of Arizona School of Integrative Medicine and other integrative medicine schools around the country.
Yeah.
And they have 8 principles. We've already read to you 3 of them. We're going to read to you 2 of them today. Number 4, effective interventions these are the principles. Effective interventions that are natural and less invasive should be used whenever possible. And 7, alongside the concept of treatment, the broader concepts of health promotion and the prevention of illness are paramount. Prevention.
There you go.
So, these are 2 key elements that we pride BioTouch on. How to use BioTouch in your whole healthcare program, what we call an amazing option in healthcare.
Yes.
So we have a part of our manual that really builds on that. This is from our preface. Bev will read from, and then we'll go into talking a little bit about this.
Yes, in our preface from our manual. Ambroise Paré was an illustrious French surgeon who lived during the 16th century and is considered the father of modern surgery. He was the first to describe his technical work in his native tongue rather than in Latin, which allowed more people to understand and learn his techniques. His efforts to introduce previously exclusive information into the public domain have greatly contributed to improvements in the art of medicine in the subsequent centuries. In the same spirit as Ambroise Paré's efforts, BioTouch, presented in this manual, is being shared simply and freely with all people because it is universal in application. Since the procedures in this manual affect the body's inherent natural healing abilities and do not introduce any radical measures, they do no harm.
Wow.
So I guess we kind of like
maybe they took
meet those standards right there, don't we?
Yeah, because effective interventions that are natural and less invasive should be used whenever possible.
Boy, that's pretty powerful if you really think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're trying to get the whole medical system to share things like BioTouch, which is why we do these programs. We need to get BioTouch out there as a profound option for healthcare, and we had that done by a doctor, Dr. Kenna Stephenson. And that's back in, 2002, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me share with you the story of how Dr. Stephenson got involved. I don't think anybody's really heard the story. She worked from Texas. She used to come out here to a clinic called St. Elizabeth of Hungary. It's a free clinic, free healthcare clinic. And we had a Sister Mary that used to work with us. And Sister Mary was there doing volunteer work. She would do BioTouch and then work with other patients that were there. And she worked in Dr. Kenna Stephenson's little clinic area there. And Dr. Kenna would always see that people sort of felt better after they got their BioTouch. But she didn't know anything about alternative complementary therapies back then. She was very much allopathic. She did a lot of research with big, huge drug companies, $1 million research projects. And one day, Kenna had this outrageous migraine headache.
Oh.
And lo and behold, as the story goes, her schedule had opened up. And Sister Mary just happened to be there. And so she thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to have Sister Mary do that BioTouch stuff on me and see how it works. But the little tweak in this is she wasn't going to tell Sister Mary she had the headache.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna test this.
That's a true researcher, right? Yeah.
So she went out, had Sister Mary work on her, and lo and behold, immediately the headache was gone before she took any Tylenol. She was totally blown away. She said, oh my gosh, I have to find out about this. She went back to Texas and set up this intensive research protocol at the University of Texas at Tyler. Now we're talking, you're up there with Merck and Bayer and all these companies, and she's going to do BioTouch. So, her feeling was she really wanted to see what was involved with doing BioTouch. Mm-hmm. What she liked about BioTouch from what she saw in the beginning was, it appeared every time you hear BioTouch, it's always done the same. Yeah. It's consistent. If you learn about some of these other techniques out there, if you put 10 Reiki practitioners together, you're going to get 10 definitions of Reiki. Right. But if you get BioTouch, boom, that's it. 2 fingers touching lightly on the skin. So she liked it, the consistency. She also liked the fact that she was finding there didn't seem to be any counterindications, any side effects. You couldn't harm anybody. You weren't manipulating.
Right.
So she created a protocol. She taught, let's say, a half a dozen practitioners. Now, so these are neophyte practitioners.
Yeah. Well, we can totally do that with BioTouch.
Yes.
It's simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple and quick.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to get the technique out to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she taught these people, and she got people to sign up to be subjects in this research protocol, and she gave them what's called SF-36. It has hundreds of questions almost, and it measures 8 domains. 4 of them are physical, and 4 of them are emotional. And then she did hormonal testing.
Yes. That was amazing to
I
me.
know. If you've ever tried to spit in a tube, have you ever tried that?
No.
So one of the things they test is blood spotting, and then you put saliva in a tube.
Okay, yeah.
So you think, oh, that's easy. Try it. All of a sudden, after your first saliva, there's just like, so they tell you put a lemon in your mouth. Think of these weird things.
Create.
Because you have to get a little vial of saliva.
Oh my gosh.
It is really hard. It was funny seeing all the people try to get their saliva in a tube. So we challenge you out there. Put saliva in a tube. See how much you can get.
Right.
Anyhow, so she tested hormonal testing. And then she did, I think it was 6-8 weeks of BioTouch, once or twice a week. And then she did all these tests again. What she found, which was amazing, was all 8 domains, all physical, all emotional domains had improved. And she found significant changes in some of those hormones.
Oh, I know. That's just blows me away, her research. Yeah.
And then she said, well, I really want to see if BioTouch is really the reason that this happened, or is it just a big thought system? So she decided she was going to do 4 weeks of no touch. I don't think they were even allowed to get massaged or even get their hair done, and then test all these domains again. Her theory was the emotional things would probably stay improved. Physical ones would go back to baseline, because she really believed BioTouch was about a belief system. Just the opposite. The physical domain stayed improved, and the emotional, psychological sort of wobbled. Some of them went back to baseline. And the hormones actually stayed a little improved. So she was totally blown away, created, on our website, you can go to the research page and see some of the details. But what we always like to show with you is what she came up with. And if you have any questions about stress, just jot us a question. We have Julie with us. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
So, the stress cycle. Here's what she found. All these things on the upper half of this page are all the stressors in our life. And that creates what she called the activation of accelerated aging pathways. Chronic stress, it's if you live in the world, that's happening.
Yeah.
You know,
Just getting up in the morning.
yeah, getting up there. It reminds me of the Buddhist way, the noble truth of suffering. There it is, folks.
There it is,
right up
there.
there. That is the suffering of being born into a human body.
Yeah.
And that creates immune dysregulation and cortisol dysregulation. That creates dementia, cardiovascular disease, infection, benign tumors, mood disorders, obesity, all the things we hear about. If you put BioTouch into that accelerated aging pathway, and here's the preventative, here's the maintenance part, you actually increase what's called interleukin 12, which improves the immune system functioning, increases activity of genes that fight infection and cancer and promote healthy aging, and improves the circadian pattern of cortisol release, improves our quality of life.
Well, and that was her, when I was reading the research on this, her final thought was, if we were to receive BioTouch at least once a week, for 20 minutes a week, get BioTouch, that whole stress pathway would dramatically change, and our quality of life and health would improve greatly. That spoke volumes to me.
Yes.
Just this light, uninvasive touch.
Yeah. So you were talking about how you've actually applied it into a maintenance preventative program for you. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, I've always kind of been there. It's always for me been about preventing and maintenance. I think maintenance, when you have maintenance, that leads to preventative. Right. But they're definitely connected. They're not separate thoughts. So in my experience, I think for 3 years now, once a week, I've been getting a BioTouch session. And, I was really healthy going in, so I might not get the same amount of reaction in my body that maybe somebody under a crisis is going through. But, what I discovered about how I feel about that? There's an underlying hope, an underlying base of possibilities that I am doing something on a consistent basis to maintain and prevent those things that come up in all of our lives. And I feel like I have undertaken to participate in this. BioTouch has let me do this. I've stepped up, and I'm once a week committed to myself. I'm giving this a gift to myself once a week for 20 minutes. And I think I'm reaping all kinds of amazing stuff from that.
And that's an interesting thing you talk about, just giving it to ourselves, a gift to ourselves, and the possibilities, and we don't really, we can't prove the possibilities in the future.
No, of course not.
But those of us who are doing it, just to remind you all, I'm 95 years old, and look how good I look.
I'm telling you, you're amazing. I'm 105, because remember, I'm like a couple years older than you. Right.
But, really, it's like we can't know what's going to happen in the end, because you can't really, there's no way to test, oh, well, this is what you would be like,
right.
if you didn't get it, but looking at Kenna's chart, you just can't, if that's all that BioTouch does, if that's it, from a mere 5 to 20 minutes a week, and you're going to increase your immune function and your cortisol level functioning, what could be simpler?
And that's part of the hope right there.
Yes.
That, we can't measure it. We don't know. But every day, you somehow take a reading of yourself, and you know where you are.
Yes.
And I'm good.
So it's easy to do at home. And it's really, what we're finding, as we said here, alongside the concept of treatment, the broader concepts of health promotion and the prevention of illness are paramount. That's a principle of integrative medicine.
Just saying.
Just saying.
BioTouch is an integrative, holistic technique.
And as we like to say, it's a profound option.
Right.
Why is it profound? Because it's so simple
and so accessible.
Oh my God!
That, I think, above all things. But I've just heard somebody say the other day, my God, it has taken me 2 months to get in to see my primary care person.
Yes.
I could have died by now.
Yes.
Okay, with BioTouch, in that moment, in that instant, it's accessible and simple to do. That's what makes it so profound.
With no side effects.
No side effects.
It can't hurt. It can only help, especially if you have someone at home. The relationship building alone, the hope, the lowering of the stress level just from the worry of the disease or the problem we have. So many times I'm seeing on Facebook these people have these outrageous problems. I feel so bad, and all I can say is, here, let me send you a manual. Let me go over this over the internet with you. Just do a couple of little sets of points. And on a consistent basis, that maintenance program or preventative or emergency care, you got nothing to lose.
Oh my gosh, and everything to gain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our job is to just make sure that BioTouch can get to your fingertips, that you can practice it, that it's easy to do. And so we spend every Monday reminding ourselves, reminding you, so that you will remind other people. We send this to you in an email, and you can pass it on to other people. We post it. We post little snippets. So just start passing it around to people. Just click share.
I always like to say, be part of the gift giving.
Yes.
We're all bearers of that wonderful gift of love.
We don't have to wait till Christmas. Let's give it every day.
Every day.
We want to share with you always how to do a set of points. This is our manual. You can get it online, or you can download a free version of the ebook by just becoming a member. It's only $18 a year. And today we're going to teach you the stress set.
The stress set may be used to address any manifestation of physical, emotional, or mental stress, as well as anxiety and shingles. Hold at X, which is in the fleshy area just below the bottom of the breastbone. It is the same as greeting point 1. Then with the other hand touch points 1 and 2, which are the same points as in the heart set. These points are found by imagining a line running from the notch at the top of the breastbone to a place on the left breast where the nipple would be on a youth. Divide this imaginary line into thirds. Point 1 is at the top of the first third. Point 2 is at the top of the second third. These points may be touched repeatedly, and remember to touch each point for at least 6 to 8 seconds.
I'm telling you. I just let out a big sigh watching that.
I know. It's true, isn't it? That's we're always talking about how connected we all are. When I do the same thing. If I see somebody actually doing BioTouch with another, it's almost like I can feel it. But I was looking at that going, what did that take, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Are we not all worth 30 seconds? Giving ourselves something?
We are. We encourage you. You're worth it. Do it. Try it. Experience it. Make it part of your daily thing. Even 30 seconds a day, you could do the greeting, and another 30 seconds, you could do the stress set. We know, the research has shown, and we're going to talk more about it next week, it just works. So our goal is to teach it in as many ways as possible. And so this week, this Thursday, we have our health condition workshop. We're going to talk about bunions. We have two great speakers. Tiffany, who's a PT, she says, I often catch bunion formation on many clients that have come in for other issues and have found that the side the bunion is on is also weaker leg and is affecting hip, knee, and back pain, so can be treated at the same time. And Denise on the right there, who's a massage therapist, I've worked with clients at various progressions of bunion formation, beginning with preventative education for my clients, there's that word, that have potential for hereditary bunions and were not displaying out of balance muscle tone. So these women, it's amazing how they're even trying to work on a preventative level with the idea of bunions.
Oh yeah, I think going forward, there's a whole different mindset. We're already seeing it. This integrative, amazing thought about allopathic and complementary medicine. it's huge. It's here.
And so we are grateful to be part of the dialogue.
We are.
Yes,
I
we
know.
are.
Mhm.
And we're grateful that you let us into your home, onto your phone, into your computer. We are infiltrating the airwaves, folks.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you again.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
And thank you all. We'll see you next week.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any